Hey everybody, Gunnison Undercover for the Gunnison Nation. We have a Copaganda story. This one's been going on for days now. Maybe some of you follow the police department's Facebook pages and you see the ongoing Copaganda story. As we know, they are the masters of deceit and propaganda. So this one here is dated on May 11th. I posted on May 11th. It actually came out on May 10th. Today is May 14th, 2019. And it reads as follows. This is on the Monmouth County Sheriff's Office Facebook page, and it says Day 2 of the Police Unity Tour. Now, I call it the Police Copaganda Tour. As members of law enforcement ride for those who died in the line of duty, the Monmouth County Sheriff's Office, New Jersey's team of cyclists made a Cape May Lewes ferry heading to Delaware. Great job to all. Sheriff Golden, a.k.a. Republican chairman here in Monmouth County, is proud of the huge support and commends all as they made their way to D.C. National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund. And here's a picture of our military in blue. Maybe that's what we should start calling them. Military in blue. There they are right there. Look at them. Waving the flag. The flag that represents freedom that they violate every day. So, this is what I want to get at. So, it's tragic that anybody in the line of duty gets killed, okay? Let's just put that disclaimer out there. Don't any of you knuckleheads out there say, oh, Gunnison, you don't care if cops get killed. I do care. I care if anybody gets killed, okay? Nobody deserves to get up in the morning and get killed for doing their job. But, let me continue. So this story's been going on like every police department's Facebook page. They've just been pounding this propaganda about a couple military blue guys there riding their bicycles. I mean, plenty of people ride their bikes every day to work. Did they get any recognition? Of course not. But for some reason now they're in on their bicycles, and it's important. And the question I have is, rumor has it that some of these towns, these officers, are being paid by the taxpayers to ride their bicycle. All right, so since this tour has to do with about officers being killed in the line of duty, let's go look at the facts, okay? Hold on, let me scroll down my list on my phone here. Okay, so this one is reported on the apnews.com, and it's in caption, more U.S. police officers die on duty than before. So here it is right there. I'll put the links in the description. Don't worry, folks. Sometimes I forget and don't do it right away, but I will get it in there. So let's click on the link and let's find out about the officers that have been killed in the line of duty. This story is written December 28, 2018. It's a 1-minute read, and here we go. More police officers have died in the line of duty this year in the United States than in 2017, according to data released Thursday. Now, get ready here. The most common cause of death was gunfire, and vehicular accidents claim nearly as many officers' lives. Now, we all know why they get killed in the car, because we all know cops don't wear their seatbelts, though they tell us to wear our seatbelts. The National Law Enforcement Officer Memorial Fund said in a report that 144 federal, state, and local officers have died so far in 2018. That figure represents roughly a 12% increase from the 129 who died in 2017. The majority of the officers who died were either shot. 52 this year, up from 46 in 2017. So in 2018, 52 officers were shot out of 144. Remember these numbers now. 144 were died in the line of duty. 52 were shot as of this article's date. or fatally injured in car or motorcycle accidents, which accounted for 50 deaths. So fatally injured in a car or motorcycle crashes was 50. Other fatalities involved heart attacks, strokes, drownings, cancer. They forgot to include suicide. So when you think about it, only about a third of that number were killed by gunfire. The rest had nothing to do with it. It had to do with car crashes, and probably, and I'll bet the money in my pocket that because they didn't have the seatbelt and their heads went into the windshield or crashed into the steering wheel. Of the officers who were shot, 8 were killed during investigative activity, and 6 were killed while responding to calls of a domestic or public disturbance, according to the report. 2 were fatally shot while serving warrants. 2 died while handling or transporting prisoners, and 2 others were inadvertently shot by other officers. So, out of the 52, 2 of them were shot by other officers. So now we're down to 50. Craig Floyd, the fund's chief executive officer, called the increase in deaths disappointing after the decline in 2017. Sadly, this reminds us that the public safety is a dangerous job, and public safety, they're not public safety, they enforce laws. Stop with the Copaganda. Say, we must never take the service and sacrifice of law enforcement officers for granted. Sacrifice? I want to know what the sacrifice is. I know people get up every day and sacrifice. They sacrifice for their family. I'm so sick of this crap. It is a job they signed up for. It goes with the job. This is like I sound like a broken record. This is like the garbage man going to work and coming home every day and crying the blues because he smells like garbage. You signed up for a job that has some risk involved in it. It's not it's not even in the top 10 most dangerous jobs. So stop crying how dangerous it is. Have the danger you create yourself. Because you guys don't know how to de-escalate. You're always trying to escalate and get an arrest and find a reason to beat somebody up. Of the officers who died in traffic-related incidents, 32 were killed in crashes involving another vehicle, and 14 were struck while outside their vehicle. An additional 4 were killed in motorcycle crashes. The officers who died in 2018 include a sheriff's deputy in Sacramento County killed in a shootout. A shootout! They think they're in a movie. You know, they're always in a big hurry to do something. You got a shootout going, maybe you need to take cover and think twice about firing back and think to yourself, hey, I got a family at home. Do I want to stay here and play cops and robbers in a shootout? Or should I just wait till we can get 500 more officers over here? Okay, I'm sorry. Police officer killed in a car crash while responding to a call for a robbery. So he was going too fast. Again, he made a bad decision, error in his thinking. He was racing. And a Greene County, Missouri sheriff's deputy who drowned when his car was swept away by rising water. So he was stupid and drove into a big puddle. The states that experienced the highest number of officer fatalities were Texas, California, Florida, and New York, with 11 fatalities each. Okay, so there you have it. That's the lowdown on officers being killed in 2018. Let me go down some other numbers. Because they're quick to talk about how they get killed in the line of duty, but they don't want to talk about the people that they kill, the unarmed citizens of this country that they kill. And some they shoot in the back. Like cowards. Okay, so this story here, this is reported on theroot.com, and it's entitled, How Many People Police Killed in 2018? There's a picture of this thing right there, and yes, I'll put the link in the description so you can go read it yourself. Let's click on it and find out about how many unarmed citizens were killed by cops in 2018. Hold on, technology is slow. Here we go. Now, this story was posted 1/3/19, so this is only a couple months ago. And it reads as follows. In March 2018, cops in Sacramento, California fired at least 20 bullets at 22-year-old Stephon Clark, killing him. He was unarmed and running away. In June 2018, a Pittsburgh police officer killed 17-year-old Antoine Rose, shooting him in the back. He was unarmed and fleeing. In November, a Hoover, Alabama police officer killed 22-year-old Emmanuel Bradford Jr. He was shot 3 times, all from behind. Here's the numbers reported by The Root of unarmed citizens killed by police in 2018. Police killed 1,165 people in 2018. There are only 22 days in all of last year where police didn't kill someone. So pretty much every day of the year, police are killing unarmed citizens. Despite all the protests, marches, training, seminars, thoughts and prayers in 2018, cops killed 36 more people than they did the year before, according to Mapping Police Violence and the Washington Post. So the number of citizens is up in 2018 being killed by officers, and the number of officers being killed is up in 2018. However, only, as we know, only 30% of those numbers had to do with gunfire. And despite 12.6% of the U.S. population, black people were 26.7% of the people killed by police where the race was known. The number of black people killed by police in the last year was more than all the police who died in the line of duty, in the U.S. servicemen killed in action, and Americans killed by Islamic terrorists combined. Isn't that nice? Look, they even get a little pie thing there to look at. This is a very interesting article, so I recommend everybody read it. Here are other startling statistics of the people whose race was known when they were killed by police. In 2018, black people were 3 times more likely to be killed by police than whites. More Americans died last year from police shootings than mass shootings. 28%, by the way, nobody's talking about that. Some idiot on testosterone drugs, because he's got mental problems, goes and gets a gun and shoots up a school or something. They play that on the TV news day and night, but they don't talk about the 1,100 plus people that cops killed, or the fact they're killing somebody every day. We know the race of 113 people who were shot and killed by police officers as they were fleeing the scene on foot. 35% were black. So 100 people are fleeing the scene. 35 of them are black and are going to get a shot in the back. Although non-Hispanic whites make up 62% of the population, most of the unarmed, armed, and fleeing victims killed by police in 2018 were people of color. There was no category of police shootings where police killed more whites. If you took all the killings by gangbangers in Chicago, added all the deaths caused by black identity extremists, threw in the deaths caused by NFL players kneeling, and multiplied that by all the cops killed by members of the Black Lives Matter, sworn law enforcement officers killed more than twice that total. 99% of the officers involved in the 1,165 police killings in 2018 were not charged of a crime. So let me give you the numbers that you can understand. So 100 people get killed by police. Only one of those killings was the officer charged. Now, if you really want to break it down, which they don't, is to get down into, of those officers charged for it, how many were actually convicted. Now, I only know like one at the moment, that Walter Scott. He shot that poor black guy in the back, and then he tried to change the evidence around in his favor. Well, he got his due. He got like 20 years in jail, 25 years in jail. I hope he stays there. I hope they put him in the general population too. So this is all a bunch of bullshit. Pardon my language, but this is the way Gunnison Undercover talks when he gets irate and aggravated. I'm so sick of them getting up there and crying the blues about how we're picking on them and what a rough job they have, and we should have some sympathy for them. But you know what, officers out there, good and bad, until you start talking about all the citizens that you're killing and getting away with, you're not getting a lot of sympathy from Gunnison Uncover and the Gunnison Nation. I can tell you that right now. I think it's tragic that you guys get killed in the line of duty, or your heart attacks, or your car accidents, whatever it is that you're getting killed while you got that military uniform on. It's tragic, okay? But you need to start owning up to what you're doing to citizens. 1,165 you killed last year in 2018, and you want me to cry the blues over your 50, it's 50 really that got killed by crooks. I won't even get into how much millions of dollars you law enforcement officers are costing taxpayers, and never do you ever get up there and apologize for what you're doing. Costing taxpayers constantly, all the time, millions and millions of dollars for your bullshit that you do to us. And then when your officers get caught doing some crap, you get little sweet heart deals there. We want to talk about Richard Conte from Howell Township, home having a vacation, waiting for his retirement time to come in so he can get his pension and then go get some sweetheart deal for trying to hook up with a 15-year-old girl. You don't talk about that, no. We're supposed to feel sorry for you. I'm not feeling sorry for you. And I'm going to finish this up because one of these military thugs, blue military thugs, posted something on, see, I wrote on here, the police Copaganda tour for Monmouth County. And I noticed there's a comment right there. Yeah, right there. So let's read what the comment has to say, because I'm going to respond to it. And this is by Lori Zalton Scott. That name, last name is spelled Z-A-H-L-T-N space S-C-O-T-T. And she must be one of these badge bunnies. I've already done videos on badge bunnies, so we won't get into these chicks that like to hook up with the military guys, the military blue. You are a piece of shit, my friend. You are a piece of shit. My friend who was a detective was murdered by a career criminal. And his short 38 years on this earth, he did more than you'll ever do in your pathetic hero-hating life. I hope you get what you deserve. You are the scum of the earth. Well, Lori, enjoy your posts on my page. This is probably the most people's ever going to pay any attention to you. You know what, Lori Salter Scott? Fuck you. This is Gunnison on the cover for the Gunnison Nation. Let me know what you think about this story in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe, and you know the deal. You see something, you record something. The camera's our biggest weapon against these blue zero hero turds out there. We got to keep them in check. And remember, exercise your rights. Keep them strong. Keep your rights strong. Exercise them. That's what I meant to say. Keep your rights strong. Exercise them. Remember that. Put that in your head.